Hello you guys, and good morning. Today's Monday. I just came back from San Luis Obispo. I was out for a bachelorette weekend with some friends and we're back. We have a lot of resetting to do today. First and foremost though, it is like 7:30 a.m. right now and I have an 8 a.m. meeting. I don't know how all of this happened, but we have an 8 a.m. meeting today, and normally I'm not online until like 8:30 or 9 for work, so it's an early meeting. But I'm gonna go shower and I'm gonna get ready, and then I'll take my meeting, and then I'll probably do all of the, I'm gonna kind of go out of order today, and then from there we'll like do everything else that we need to do to reset, because thankfully Ryan was here, so he was able to like do the chores, like vacuuming and all of that kind of stuff, which helps a lot. I don't feel so behind, but I have like my suitcase and we have some things that we need to toss, and just in general I'm feeling a little tired and I wasn't around for my weekend, so I want to take a second to reset. So we're gonna reset all day today and get ourselves back into like a little bit more of a normal place. So hi, welcome, and let's go hop in the shower because I really need to start getting ready for work. Okay, it's been a sec, but we're back. My whole day kind of was out of order. I had to hop on to a work call kind of early because I had an 8 a.m. like I was telling you guys. So I did that. I didn't have enough time to also walk P before that. So I walked him after, and then I found out that I had some stars at Starbucks that were expiring. So I got myself a quick coffee. Now we're working. I have a call at 11 o'clock a.m. That's kind of it for right now. I'm going to handle some of this work stuff probably around like noon. I'm gonna actually start to like get the house together, start to reset a little bit, and like get everything back to where it needs to be, because my desk is a mess, my living room is a mess, like everything is kind of a mess, and my brain kind of feels like a little bit of a mess too, because I just like don't know where I am right now. Like everything is just messy. So I'm going to get a few things together and then we'll go from there. But I just wanted to check in with you guys because I don't know, just today I'm feeling really tired, and I need a little bit of like a pick-me-up, a little reset. Like it was a long weekend. It was such a fun weekend, but it was a long weekend. I am going to actually start the laundry with some of these sheets. I just didn't have time last week, I guess, and I kind of forgot about it, but I still have these sheets here from when the dog sitter came to help with P from our weekend in Sacramento. So I'm gonna wash those, and then afterward I'm going to wash some of the stuff that, like the clothes that I brought to the bachelorette party. I feel really tired, so I just ended my last meeting of the day, so I think I'm going to work the rest of the day from the couch and just kind of like lounge and do the things that I just like don't need to like put a lot of brain power into, which will be really nice. And then I can start to clean up the house. So phase one is going to be doing all of the laundry. That's like my laundry, these sheets, anything else that needs to be cleaned. And then phase two is going to kind of be like putting everything away and like organizing things again, because like I was saying, the desk is a mess, but then also like the room is a bit of a mess. I still have like the crate out here. Those pants actually need to be washed, so I need to put them in the wash. But this is like our duvet that we just like never put back on. The bed's also not made, so there's just so many things. This box needs to be put away. So let's start with phase one while I'm a little bit sleepy and I can just like let the laundry go, and then phase two, again, we'll just be putting everything away. I feel like I've totally failed today. It is now 5:15. I haven't even moved the laundry over to the dryer, so I'm gonna do that right now. That also just means that I haven't done my clothes. Luckily, I have tons of other clothes that I can wear like the next few days. But in terms of resetting, I didn't do a whole lot. I was pretty tired today, and I guess I just leaned into that a bit. I'm gonna walk over here because you can probably hear the dryer, and I also need to charge my phone. Yeah, I just like, today was just kind of a wash in a weird way. I worked a bit and then I took a really long nap. Like I really needed that nap. So Ryan's supposed to be on his way home soon, and then we're gonna have a dinner together, just kind of hang out. And then once that's done, then we will come back and maybe I'll like actually reset a few things and like do a few things, just get a few things together for cleaning up the house tomorrow as well. Today was just completely a wash, so we'll see what we get up to for the rest of the night and go from there. For right now, I'm just gonna like close up some work things. It's like just after 5, then we'll head off for our dinner. Here comes Ski. Hi, puppy. Good morning, guys. Today is Tuesday and it's almost 9 a.m. I'm just gonna make myself some coffee. I was gonna run over to Starbucks because I don't know what happened yesterday, but I decided that I just watched a bird go into our barbecue right here. I think I told you guys that I think there's a nest happening there, and I just watched a bird go in it. Anyway, that's beside the point. What was I saying? Oh, yesterday I went to go get Starbucks because I got an email that my stars were expiring. So I was like, well, just whatever, I'll just use my stars. For some reason, the app like would not work. It would not let me order ahead. And I was like, that's super odd. So I just decided to go into Starbucks and order something. The woman was like, do you want to use all of your stars? Because it covers everything, which I knew my stars did not cover everything. And I was like, are you sure? And she was like, yeah, it covers everything. And I was like, okay, sure. Yeah, why not? I got back home and it still said that I had all of my stars. And I was like, that's really weird. So somebody that I know said that sometimes it takes like a day to have the stars go away for some reason. I don't know why that is or why that would be, but I've never had that experience myself. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll give it a day. And all of my stars are still there. So I was debating whether or not I should just go to Starbucks this morning, but I just didn't have enough time. So I'll go tomorrow because they expire at the end of the month, and why let free coffee go away, you know? I wish that I was like going somewhere so that I could actually like use it instead of like buying coffee, but it is what it is. Although I don't wish I was going somewhere because I want to just be home for a couple of days. So unlike my usual self, I'm not making like a list of the things that I need to do. I just want to feel more put together in the house. And I think step one of that is going to be obviously like doing all of the laundry and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to actually toss all of the laundry that I have into the the washer right this second so I can be done with it. I think everything should be able to fit in a load because I did my laundry towards the end of last week, so it should be totally fine. And then I'll start getting off to work. I'm gonna just work from over here for right now. And then I do think that I want to redo my desk again because it just is, it's feeling really, really cluttered. I don't know if it's just like that I have too much stuff. I don't know if it's because of the monitor and all of that stuff, but I just feel like I don't really love sitting at my desk anymore. And I feel like that's a huge problem because that's where I should be sitting because that's where I'm gonna end up being more productive, but it's just not happening. So I kind of want to like play around with a few things. So we'll do that toward like the end of the day once I get everything else cleaned up. For now, let's just do the laundry, start work, and slowly get ourselves together a little bit. Between like my environment and then like also my habits, like when I go away for a weekend, then like all of my good habits go out the window and I'm like overeating again. I'm eating late, I'm eating super early when I'm not even hungry. So I'm just wanting to get back into like a good groove. Debating just heading over to Starbucks really quickly since I do have the extra like stars to use. I don't know, like that's kind of like not the best lunch, but at the same time I'm like, could be nice to just have like a little pick-me-up. I love their like breakfast sandwiches and they have them all day, so maybe that is what I'll do. I really need to grocery shop now that I'm back from all of my trips, and I don't have a trip coming up right now, so that's good. I'm not really sure why, because I have mentioned to you guys that I always just order groceries because I have the subscription option and whatever, but I truly like cannot get myself to even order groceries sometimes. Like it just feels very overwhelming, and I could not even start to explain why that is because it's really not actually hard. It just feels like thinking about all of the things that I would want to eat feels daunting, but then I just end up not having any food and eating out every day, and that's also not good for me. So I don't know why I do that. Maybe today I'll do Starbucks for lunch and then I will force myself to actually get groceries so that the next few weeks I don't have to like struggle and think about it every single day. Surprisingly, some of these clothes came out kind of wet, so I'm going to throw those back into the dryer. Let's just toss these in really fast and then we will head off to go get some lunch. I have no idea why, but my order ahead function on my phone for Starbucks is just not working. And it's not just my phone, it's also my laptop. So I don't know if it's like, I thought it was a Starbucks thing, but I don't know, maybe it's just my account, who knows. But I'm gonna head over to the actual Starbucks and cross my fingers. If I have to pay for it, I have to pay for it. But actually still have those stars. I'm gonna try a different one too, because I think they usually are a little less busy, so they have like more of the food, which is actually why I'm going, but I am certainly going to be getting a latte as well. I'm back home and I have no idea what was wrong with my account, but she was able to use my stars. So yesterday the person just completely gave me free coffee by accident. And then today I was trying to like scan to pay for the rest of the order with my Starbucks app and it wasn't working. And she was like, sometimes like the accounts don't work. And so I just ended up using the exact same card, but like the physical card. So something's wrong with my account because I also can't order ahead like I was saying, but we got our Starbucks, we got our food. So I'm just gonna plop here on the couch. I've been just working from here for right now, and I'm gonna finish up my work day and then I'm going to put away this stuff and anything else that I need to do. Let's get to work and then we'll continue getting all our house stuff together. I wanted to so badly go out of order with the stuff that I need to do, but I'm fairly certain that Ryan would kill me if I didn't put this stuff away. So I don't know if you can really tell. You know what's the irony though, is that he has this massive, huge box, but I'm a nice person and I let him have that. No, but in all seriousness, I need to put this stuff away. So I have a packing cube of all the clean stuff that I did not use while I was on my trip. That was really loud. Oh, I forgot about this stuff. This was some of the things that my friend got us as like gifts for coming on the bachelorette trip. So she got us a Mario Badescu facial spray, the Laneige lip sleeping mask. I've never tried this before, but I kind of want to. She got me mango flavored, vitamin C facial mask, and then like an eye mask or eye patches or whatever you call them. So I'll put those away. I have no idea what to do with this. This is a wig. So as I told you guys on the last vlog, we all dressed up in Famous David costumes, and my costume was her fiance's uncle David, and he has gray hair. So I wore this gray wig to the bars and to dinner, which was really funny. I think like four of us were wearing wigs, 3 of which were all gray. Actually 2 of us were Uncle David, which was really funny because we just like didn't realize we were both gonna be Uncle David, but it was so good. So I don't know what to do with it though, because it's not like I can return it, but I also don't need it. We did like a Jeopardy game and I won. My team won, I should say. And I got this peony blossom candle. I think it's from Trader Joe's. It smells so good. I always leave in here 2 things. One is this laundry bag. It's just like one of those that like zips and unfolds and then it turns into like a huge bag, but it's super convenient, especially if I don't feel like bringing packing cubes for a trip. So I always have this in there. I always leave some band-aids in here as well. And then last but not least, I always leave a sleeping mask, because you never know what the environment of like the hotel or Airbnb you're going to be in is, and it's always really nice to have it handy. I don't normally use a sleeping mask like on my day-to-day, but it's really nice to have. So this needs to go into the garage. So I'm gonna put all of these things away because now I've just taken them out and they're like on the floor. So let's put this stuff away, and then once we're done with that, I'm gonna reward myself by skipping ahead a few steps and we're going to start to tackle the office, which I'm just excited. I've been trying to like look up some inspo, but I haven't really found anything that's like exactly what I'm looking for, especially because my office space is just like, 1, it's shared with Ryan, but 2, it's just like not as aesthetically pleasing as some of the things I see online. So I don't really know how to make it nice, but we're gonna do something and it's gonna be exciting and fun. This is all we have left. So basically this needs to go into the garage, and then that's Ryan's situation. What do you think? Hi. I'm almost done with the workday. I actually had to quickly pause the cleaning that I was doing because a bunch of stuff came in and like somebody called in and blah, blah, blah. But we're done with all of that. So now I'm going to tackle the office while I have some time. As I was saying before, it's just really messy in here. Like this just feels very cluttered, and I don't know, I just feel like over time it just gets this way. So I'm gonna start first and foremost by just taking off all of the things that I don't feel like I need, and then I'll actually clean up a bit and see if that works. If that doesn't work, then maybe we'll consider taking off like the monitor or something. I don't really know. It could be nice to like not have a monitor and then just like put shelves there, but I don't know how sturdy those walls are because they feel pretty hollow. I don't know how else to say it. Like they don't feel like very sturdy walls. Also, this Post Malone picture is so funny to me. When we were going in office, at some point we talked about like who our celebrity crushes were, and I said Post Malone. Then they printed that out and put it on my computer, but then since we were not going into office anymore, we had to clean out the office, and somebody laminated it for me and brought it, and now we're going back in office. So I may or may not just bring it back in, but I just think it's funny. So let's start by cleaning this off, see how we get or how we feel about that, and then we'll go from there. if I take off this monitor, my big question to myself is like, is that actually going to change that much about the desk? Because I'm still going to have this riser and all of that stuff. Is it actually going to feel that much less decluttered, or is it just going to be the same? So I'm kind of debating right now like what I do. Part of me is just like, just leave it as is. The other part of me is like, get rid of it and then just take everything off of the desk. I don't know. I feel like I need to continue to look at some inspo, but I do feel like this feels a lot cleaner already, and I don't know what changed per se, or if anything even changed. I think I just cleaned my desk, which I desperately needed. At least it did something. I think I have the biggest trouble with the desk when I'm using my work laptop and then also have to do something on my personal laptop, and then I feel like I don't have a lot of space. Even though this desk itself is actually pretty large because it's not actually a desk, it's a dining table, but sometimes it just feels like it's too much, like I have too many things on it, and part of me just wants to like get rid of everything on the desk and just have my actual laptop, which I've done before and I really enjoy having it that way. But I need something like a riser so that my neck is not constantly craned. So then that's when you introduce the riser, and then all of a sudden you introduce everything else, and then you're back to what I have now. So I think I need to continue to look at some inspo on this actually before I completely change things up. Something actually that could be really cute is if I swap this plant. So right now it's here and it comes down this way, and actually it's grown a lot since it's been in this window, but I'm thinking maybe I can swap this to come this way instead, and then that can kind of like fill in this space, and then this won't feel as bare, and then I can take out the monitor. Maybe we try something like that. I think I'm not really ready to commit. I thought that I was, but now I'm like, am I gonna just like take everything apart just to put it back together? So I'm actually going to wait, which is funny because I made a whole deal out of like, oh, I'm so excited to redo my desk, and I haven't touched a thing. I guess I just needed to clean it. That's it for now, I suppose. I'm gonna go back into the living room and finish up my workday. Maybe I'll bring out or bring back some of the stuff because I've been working in here. I have like my iPad, my second laptop, like everything just like stacked up on this table. Just kind of like taking space. So maybe I'll just move this stuff back over, and then that way everything will be nice and clean. That actually made me feel, as silly as that sounds, like so much more reset for the day. So odd because all I did was like clean for 2 seconds, but it did something. It is a bit later now, it's 7 p.m. I decided that I'm gonna hold on doing anything with the office because I know that I tend to want to end up having that monitor. I've always had a monitor available to me, and I feel like I'm gonna end up wanting it if I get rid of it. But I do wanna come up with some other option because I feel like I don't have a lot of space in there either. So I don't know, maybe there's some other thing that I can do. But I also made myself some dinner, and I just made pasta. It was like super simple. I accidentally spilled all over my pants, so I changed. And I was going to read a bit, but I don't really feel like reading yet. So I think what I'm gonna do is watch, I just saw that there's a new docu-series. It's just 2 episodes about the girl Alex from Call Her Daddy, and it's called Call Her Alex. It's on like Hulu or Disney Plus, whatever you subscribe to. So I think I'm gonna give that a shot, and then I'll probably read a bit after that. I really wanted to get to like 30% of the way through my book, but I don't think that I'm gonna do that today. I have been enjoying it, but it's just like, I don't know why, like I have the mental block of like picking it up just doesn't sound enjoyable, but then once I've picked it up, I do enjoy it. So I don't know what's going on there. So I'll like reassess how I'm feeling after 1 episode. There's only 2, like I said, and each one's only an hour. It's kind of fun to watch something a little different because usually I just watch YouTube, but I feel like I've gone through a majority of the people that I like to watch, especially today. So I kind of want to watch something a little bit different. I am so thrilled because Ryan and I actually cleared out all of that stuff that was over there. We also cleared out all of the stuff that was in the bedroom. All of this stuff is all cleared out, which feels so nice. I've been watching this show, like a little docu-series of Alex Cooper from Call Her Daddy, and honestly it's pretty good. I've never really watched anything with Alex Cooper, like any of her podcast episodes. I know that there was like something with like her and her former podcast host, but haven't seen anything. But it's pretty interesting and I really like it so far. It's only 2 episodes, so I'm almost done with it, but it kind of makes me want to listen to her podcast, so maybe I'll start that at some point. But otherwise, right now I'm just going to finish up this show, and then I think I'm gonna go take a shower and start to head off to bed. That's sort of how I'm gonna end up ending the night. We'll see what else we get up to, but I don't think we're gonna get up to much. Okay, the commercials are done actually, so I'm gonna continue to watch, but I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Good morning, happy Wednesday. I'm revisiting the idea of having the desk the way that it is, and I think I'm liking it, so I'm glad I didn't make any major changes yesterday. This morning, I want to kind of focus in on a few things, or not this morning, but just today in general. I feel like the last few days, I focused in on a couple of things that I feel like were helpful. So like, for example, putting all of the laundry away, doing the laundry, putting all those boxes away, or like the suitcase, whatever. So all of like the physical things I feel like have been cleaned, especially the desk area. Like that I think was really bogging my brain down. Sorry, my camera died. But I really want to focus in on some of the like more mind tasks. I know that kind of sounds weird, but the things that I feel like because I've gone on vacation, I haven't been able to like put my brain toward. So a couple of examples of that are like, I want to focus in on taking some of my coursework today. I also want to get back into reading a little bit more. I really want to like just read more in general. And I feel like between the book that I'm reading and the fact that I've been out of town, I just haven't put forth the effort to do that, because then when I'm home, I feel tired and I just don't do it. And I also need to order groceries, which is not really a mind task per se, but it's something that I don't physically do because I order my groceries online. I just need to do it, and it's just been in the back of my mind and I just haven't done it. I don't know why. Those are all the things that I need to like get myself to go do. Other than that, like I just have other small tasks that are like just the normal. So I'm starting right now with work. It's about 8:45. My first call today is at 10:30, and then my next one is at 11:30, and after that I have nothing. There we go. I had someone else's calendar marked, and I was seeing a lot more meetings on my calendar than I knew that I had, and I was like, why does it say I have a private meeting? But it wasn't mine. So yeah, just the 10:30 and the 11:30. I really love having meetings in the mornings so that by noon or like after lunch, I can just kind of like do whatever I want to do. So I'm thinking over my lunch break, I'll do my study session, which is what I've been aiming to do for the last few weeks, but it just like hasn't been panning out. So that's what I'm going to do today. And otherwise I have time after work to do my reading that I want to do, which will be really nice. Somewhere in between all of that, I'll squeeze in doing my grocery shopping. Ryan offered to do grocery shopping with me because he was ordering his today as well, but I don't even know what I want yet. So I'm gonna check in on my notebook here because I always have like all of my to-do items that I want to get done in a day. So I'm going to check off some things, move some things around, and kind of figure out what I'm doing for my day. All right, my 10:30 a.m. meeting got moved. I don't know what time it's gonna get moved to yet, but we're hoping for sometime today. And then for some reason, my 11:30, the link wasn't working. So I tried emailing and calling the woman, but I haven't gotten an answer yet. So that one's a weird call because we have some instances where usually I work one-to-one with people, but for some companies I work like they just tell us that they're going to have a meeting, like they're going to host, and we join. And it was one of those. So I imagine that the link was working for some people, and for whatever reason, it's not working for me. So I'm waiting for an answer on that, but it's noon now, and I figured now would be a good time to order some groceries. So I think what I'm gonna do is I added a few things in my cart now. So I'm gonna get some bread, I'm gonna get some more oatmeal and sugar, I'm gonna do some black beans, some peanut butter, some salsa, cheese, eggs, milk, yogurt, bananas, frozen strawberry bananas, I think I already said lettuce, and then grape tomatoes. So basically with all of that, I can do burrito bowls. I can do I have enough rice? Smoothies, oatmeal, and eggs. Like breakfasts, lunches, and like kind of a mix of things. So I think that's gonna be good. I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna do today at 2 p.m. I think that's gonna be a good time. $60 for all of that, which is not terrible. So that is ordered. So now I have some time. I'm just waiting for the other person to tell me when she wants to meet today. Hopefully it's not between 2 and 3 because now that's when my groceries come. But I think I'm going to work for the next like 30 minutes, and then I'm going to do some of my class for my lunch break. So I'm gonna go back in the room and do that, and then we'll get to some reading too, which I'm very excited about. I actually didn't read this morning because I ended up sleeping in, which is very unlike me. Like usually I get a majority of my reading done in the mornings, and lately in the afternoons I just haven't felt like reading, but I think I'm going to do that today. So let's do some work, some studying, and then we will get to some reading. All right, it is 2 o'clock on the dot, 2:01 actually now. My groceries are coming right now. I was actually just taking my lunch break. I have a little bit longer left on my lunch break because I took a late lunch. I have 25 minutes left on my break. I always set myself a little timer for, just so I know how long I've taken, because I tend to actually undercut it quite often, and I wanna make sure I'm taking the right amount of time for like a break for myself. Supposedly my groceries are going to be here at any second. I think that the guy is here. And then I also ordered a new bag from Amazon that's coming today as well. The shipping being so fast always kind of freaks me out, but it's gonna be here soon. And that is because now that we're going in on a hybrid schedule, I figured I would get like more of a work bag, something that looks a little bit more professional and that can actually carry my laptop. So I found one. It's actually a dupe for the Longchamp, or however you say that, but I wasn't gonna spend $150 on it. So I found a dupe online and I think it will work. So I wanna make sure that I have everything and like I can try it out. And if it's good, I might even be able to bring it to Europe with me, which would be kind of nice. We'll see, but for now, I'm going to just check in with the driver and I'm gonna get my groceries. We'll unload everything. I had some lunch, so we're in a good spot. I just haven't studied yet, so we do need to do some studying today. All right, I just got my new fake Longchamp. Honestly, I think it's pretty cute. It was, I think, like $30, and I'm definitely not gonna spend the $150 that the real one is. But I think that it's like also professional enough that if like a client comes in, this looks fine. I was also just testing it out with my work laptop because sometimes when I'm home, I use my personal laptop for work just because personally I like it better. I like using a Mac better. But my biggest concern was that this would not fit my work laptop, which is this big one, because this one is a 15-inch, but honestly, it fits fine. This is what it would look like if I was going into work. And honestly, I think this is great. I do wish that I had the option of adding on a strap, which I think the other one does have, but the dimensions in the Amazon listing were a little different than what it actually fits. So I'm really happy with this. There were only like 2 of these dupes on Amazon, and I'm glad that I got the one that I did. It's weird because I'm not actually hungry right now, but I'm kind of like, my body is acting as if it's hungry. And to be honest, I haven't had a lot of food today. So I think I'm going to make myself a quick, maybe like a PB&J or something like that. I think I have some jelly and have like a second lunch. I'm really not hungry, so I don't know why my body is acting that way. And I don't really want to wait until like rice is done cooking. And usually I buy like little packets of rice so that if I'm like really hungry, I could just toss it in the microwave for 30 seconds or whatever it is. But I did not do that because I was like, that's not economical. And now here I am wanting food like right this second. So I'm going to make myself a quick PB&J and then we will keep working. All right, it's the end of the workday and it's gotten really hot in here, so I just opened up all the windows, but I think I'm gonna make myself a little bit of like a snack slash dinner slash breakfast. I don't know. I'm just gonna make myself some yogurt and banana, and then I'm going to watch some TV while I eat this, and then when I'm done, I'm going to get back into my book because I have been really wanting to read my book and I just have not done it. All right, it is so much later now. It's about 9 o'clock and I actually just got ready for bed. I like took off my makeup, brushed my teeth, washed my face, the whole thing. And I'm finally gonna get into Onyx Storm. So we did not do any of the studying that I wanted to do today, but at least we're gonna get into Onyx Storm and start to read again. We also just chose our book club book for the month of June, which even though like I've just not had the best reading month this month, something about this book, it's just like giving me pause, and I don't know why. Like I'm just not intrigued to pick it up. My friend told me to give it at least a 25%, so I told her I'd give it to 30 because she was kind of like, there's a certain point where like it kind of turns, and I was like, okay, I'll at least get there. But I've just been like really struggling with it, so I want to just like get myself back. I don't know if it's because of the book or if it's just that I'm not in a reading mood or like what exactly it is, so I'm gonna give it a fair shot. I'm going to start to read this. I really want to actually get into my book club book because we just picked it today, like I was saying. And what's the book called? Let me tell you guys. The book we chose was called Broken Country, and that's by Clara Leslie Hall. It sounds really interesting. It got 4.39 stars on Goodreads, and just overall, like a lot of people have rated it super highly. Someone that my friend knows, it was her book club book choice this month, and someone she knows rated it super highly. So I was like, okay, I'm excited about this one. Is Claire Empson the same as Claire Leslie Hall? Anyway, the point is that Broken Country sounds so good, but I'm not letting myself start until I finish this book. I have so many books that I want to read, but I want to finish this book. So I'm gonna get into it right now. We're gonna read for a bit, and then I'm gonna go to bed around like 9:15, 9:30, but at least I'll get myself back into a reading mood. So let's just get into it. I'm actually switching things up. I cannot get into Onyx Storm, so I found an audiobook online and I'm going to listen to that, but I'm not going to do that right now because if I listen to my audiobook, I'm just going to be put to sleep. I've had this other book on my Kindle for a while. I've actually had it on and off my Kindle because it keeps becoming available to me on Libby, and I've like wanted to read it, but then it's just not the right timing for whatever reason. So I think I'm going to finally do it, and that is You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight by Kaylin Bayron. This one, from what I understand, is like a YA thriller type novel, kind of like a Final Girls type of novel. I just feel like it'll be more of like what I'm in the mood for, but more of like that fast-paced feeling that I'm looking for, and I just overall feel like I'm gonna have a better time and not feel as slumpy. So I don't know exactly what it's about, but I am intrigued and I've been wanting to read it for a while. I thought I knew somebody who read this, but I don't see it anywhere on Goodreads, so I'm just gonna go for it and see what I think. Let's pick this up, and I'm actually gonna switch over to the bedroom as well, and hopefully this will get me into more of the reading vibe. So I'll check in with you guys in the morning, but I'm gonna just start here. Good morning, you guys. It's Thursday today and it's 7:45 a.m. I'm about to get ready to go take P on his walk. I wanted to show you guys the sweater that my friend made us for the bachelorette weekend. So this is the front of the sweater. She just got the sweater from Amazon. It's like a Hanes sweater, and then she made the rest of it on her Cricut. It just says slow on it, and she wanted to make it so it didn't say like Kellen's bachelorette or whatever, so people would wear it more. But I thought the back was really cute. Can you see? Hopefully you guys can see that. If not, I'll insert a photo. And I just thought it was so cute. She like drew up everything and it's just so adorable. I did read last night. I was actually much more into You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. I'm already on chapter 3 and I'm like actually wanting to pick up my book now, whereas before I was like just not into it. I just didn't feel like I really wanted to read, and it's hard because I want to know what happens in Onyx Storm, but for these like really big hyped up series, I feel like the first one is like fantastic. I'm obsessed with it. Maybe even the second one, but like as the series continues, it feels way too long and I'm just like, I'm not super into it. But it has like such a cult following that everyone rates it highly, so then I'm like, maybe I'm missing something, but then I read the whole thing and I end up not really loving it. So I think reading it as an audiobook is ultimately going to be the best thing for me. I still have it on my Kindle and I can always revert back, especially like as crazy scenes happen, but I'm like literally losing days of reading, and it's one of my favorite hobbies, so I want to continue reading. Anyway, I am happy that I've gotten back into something though, because I was really feeling out of it because I wasn't reading. It's truly one of my favorite hobbies, like I was saying, and just not wanting to read just makes me feel like, okay, well then what do I do today? I'm just getting ready for work. So I think I'm going to end this vlog here because I want to start a new one with you guys, something a little different. So thank you guys for being here with me while I reset. Well, I feel like these types of videos always motivate me to actually get my checklist done, because if I end a video without getting my checklist done, I'm like, why? What did I do? Why didn't I just do the things that I needed to do? So it feels really good. So thank you. If you made it to this point in the video, please consider subscribing. It really helps out my channel. And that's all I have. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.